Here's the Radiant ban.
Album has looked amazing on it. He's looking like a new kind of emerging superstar mid player in some of these games, particularly on the Queen of Pain. And if you see Thunder Predator go for something like that Death Prophet, especially if it's a core Death Prophet, that's where suddenly the Queen of Pain can look really good.
And look, Team Aster, they switched up their bans completely from the first message because they were banning out Void Spirit +1. Meanwhile, DP, even Void Spirit DP one game, Void Spirit plus Tusk the other. They adjusted their bans completely. Meanwhile, Thunder Predator did not. They banned out the same exact duo, IO plus Monkey King. You can see Team Aster instantly taking advantage of that with the Death Prophet open. Now, Thunder Predator, will they follow up with, let's say, Phoenix Mars? Phoenix alone, or Mars alone?
Or are they going to get one of the four? Is they going to go for that? Yeah, I was about to say, Tusk or Spirit, generally one of those two is what you want to get here, unless you're going for one of those Mars Phoenix type combos.
And you can see this, that they play really well with these fours that are very bulky, and they, like you said, Earth Spirit, Tusk, there's
seconds.
Throughout all the series that I watched them play, you can time minute 4, check that rune, gank mid, maybe a little bit earlier.
Radiant's turn.
And they play really well around them.
They're a team that seems to always be watching the clock, like bounty runes, power runes, particularly because they play around Leo style. I feel like their game plan is very much to usually get MNC some kind of Battle Fury carry here, whether it's the Troll, the Jug,
even the
Ursa, Lifestealer. He's going Battle Fury carry, or he's going like a Radiance Wraith King type carry. And then in order to allow him to have the space, it's Leo style who they want to have running around, making plays, grabbing runes, and ganking the side lanes.
Win rate dire 70% on Timber. It is a first pick Timbersaw, but one big thing that I see here is you've already snatched the Death Prophet away. And so far in the games in which Timbersaw struggled, he was playing against Death Prophet.
If they want to have any answer to that Timbersaw, this is the time where they need to pick it. They got, of course, one pick for Thunder Predator before heading into that second ban phase, where I'm sure Aster will remove any kind of threat to the Timbersaw.
And the biggest threat is usually the Monkey King, which they banned out themselves in the first phase. So that was, I think, really clever, because I actually think Thunder Predator, they play a lot of Timbersaw. I think they wanted to second pick it, because usually Timber is picked up when you have second pick, and you second pick it, you ban it. So Aster basically get one step ahead of Thunder Predator and take it for themselves.
Yeah, you can see that they are very well prepared, coming from that one day off and from the banning stage, the first two bans. You can already see that they're trying to switch things up. Like you said, Monkey King banned out versus the Timbersaw instantly with the Ursa. Put that bear in the trash can. You don't want to have him playing against Timbersaw in the laning stage. But a really good pick also from Thunder Predator that we haven't talked about single year.
10 seconds.
Does that consider to be a counter for the Timber? No, right?
No.
I mean, it's a good hero, don't get me wrong, but
I just valued Pango very, very highly. That's pretty much how I feel about the hero. There's a reason why Old 11, when he's playing that Pango, he outdoes what he usually does on his offlane, and he is a star performer. But on Pango, even he's on a different level, so they ban out the
5 seconds remaining.
And I feel like Frank is going to play Pango, like, maybe more the way we saw Ice Storm, where he's getting those, like, items as needed.
Maybe.
Yeah. Depending what the game calls for. I don't think Frank is going to be trying to go for that more scaling damage farming build.
Pango has been picked close to 30 games with the 65% win rate, doing pretty well. And Thunder Predator themselves, every time Frank has played it, they've won every single game. 3 times, that is.
Above him, probably Puck, Void Spirit, Mars, perhaps Phoenix.
5 seconds remaining.
But Pango is definitely up there. And you can see these two teams right now, how they're approaching the second banning stage is, let's just cover the picks that we have and then move on from there, because Ursa and Batrider both to cover up the Timbersaw in the lane, because you don't even want the Bat versus T lane. And on the side of Thunder Predator, they banned out the Bloodseeker. The question is, will they ban out something like a Grimstroke? They might think that this is a 5 DP.
Yeah, I'm curious to see where Thunder Predator end up because those Timbersaw answers not really in the pool. If anything, it's going to have to come from the mid lane. I don't think they're going to be able to get a favorable lane matchup for MNZ into the Timbersaw. You've got a Tusk, tag team is not bad, but they're going to have to get some like heavy burst damage coming out of their mid lane, which, you know, they or like Cats, like the Storm Spirit type hero could be very much what Leo style
10
wants.
seconds.
The respect on the White Album Queen of Pain has been shown.
5
So you
seconds
can see that they're
remaining.
not convinced that that Prophet will be a core.
Yeah.
We've seen her quite a bit on 14.
Yeah, for Aster actually, this is going to be the third time they've picked it, and it's been support once and it's been mid once, and they lost both games.
Yep.
So it's something maybe that they practiced a little bit more yesterday. I hope for
Hopefully,
them.
yeah. White Album overall maybe didn't play that much DP in CN DPC because usually they let it go through and then they counter it with an SF or a Zeus or something similar that really crushes her in the laning stage. But he can play it definitely quite well as well.
Do you think that Thunder Predator should consider banning out the Phoenix? We've seen Mad being one of his more comfortable heroes, and it's still in the pool.
I don't know if it's a must ban here because Aster haven't got that team fight around it right
True,
now.
yeah.
Like it's not looking like a Phoenix draft for Aster. That
Okay.
said,
Here's
they're
the
very comfortable. I think they are
ban.
lacking lockdown. So if anything, I think Aster needed either get some control and lockdown from whatever their core pick is, or from their forward position. You know, the Shadow Shaman, the Lions have looked good. So if they're picking Phoenix, they need a way to protect the egg. They need some control because
It feels better on TP, right? On Thunder Predator.
Yeah,
it feels
absolutely.
better on them.
Yeah.
Like,
10
if they take this
seconds.
Phoenix, you suddenly have Pango, Tusk, a lot of control, a
5
lot of
seconds
chaos
remaining.
happening around that egg. These two heroes on Team Master really do not hit it as well. So if you value the hero, you could, but I'm not so convinced that they do quite a lot at least.
yeah, usually Moose is playing more, basically playing the roamers. He's playing, like, he may even be the one playing the Tusk here, because that's kind of the Thunder Predator style where Moose is incredibly active, loves to roam around the map, find kills, secure runes, and basically give Leo style a good game rather than Frank. They often sacrifice Frank's game for
Radiant's
Leo
turn
style.
to pick. Dyer's turn to pick.
They'll pick up
There
the
you go.
Phoenix
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah, that's pretty much why they chugged that.
Yeah, I wonder if they are going to be having Moose play the Tusk then, as mentioned, and then putting this onto MJZ, or if they're going to actually...
It's very
Just-
flexible,
yeah.
right? I think it's nice to have a tag team plus Pango on the
10
offlane as well. It's very
seconds.
strong. Also, tag team comes in handy versus Timbersaw.
5
The laning
seconds
stage is one of
remaining.
those things that can take him down. So.
So far, every time Thunder
Radiant's
Predator
turn
has
to
picked
pick.
Phoenix or Tusk, and they've done
Lion.
both of them twice, it has been MJZ on the Phoenix, and it has been Moose on the
Dyer's
Tusk, so
turn to
that is
pick.
probably going
Ranger
to be
at your
repeated here.
service.
It also makes way more sense. Oh, Wind Ranger.
Wow.
All right. Yeah, they do have some of these. You know what I really like about Thunder Predator? They're not afraid of picking some of these heroes that are a little bit out of the box,
Yeah.
right? Not complete meta heroes.
Was it Vici Gaming that
10
played like Wind Ranger
seconds.
twice?
There was
I
another
think
team.
it was one team, two
5
Wind Ranger
seconds
games. I
remaining.
think it
Vici
was
played it
all-
at least once.
Yeah,
I
then
think.
they have played it twice. Yes. Don't know how they did though.
This is, I mean, interesting pick. I feel like they are going to be looking to play around this Wind Ranger a lot. They've got this Tusk, the focus fire with the tag team, a lot of damage.
Troll makes quite a lot of sense for Team Aster, as a lot of these cores have, well, not really too many position ones have been banned out, actually. Monkey King and Jug, that's a Bloodseeker if you consider it that, yeah, sure. But
5
Troll
seconds
has been
remaining.
considered top 3, top 2 carries
Yeah.
in Chinese region, so
We saw LGD just first to pick at both their games.
Yeah,
when they-
and they crushed it.
Radiant's turn
Wind
to
Ranger, by
bat.
the way, just got the information. Vici and PSG both picked it once, and it has a 100% win rate.
Nice.
there you go.
Yeah.
Looks pretty
It's,
solid.
it's very much a confidence
Wow.
pick. There we go.
Love it.
Really picked.
Ban rate after that game that they won,
Yeah,
someone
yeah.
bans it and
10
that's it.
seconds.
It reminds me a lot of what IG did when they're picking TA, because Thunder Predator is also a team who plays
5
TA. They're just going to
seconds
pick their
remaining.
mid laners, their heroes, rather than just, you know, go with what the meta says is the right mid game.
I respect that quite a lot. I think it's the right way to approach the gameplay, especially now when you're sitting next to each other and you're staring each other down from one booth to another, and they're like, my Wind Ranger is gonna own. I like it. I actually saw the Wind Ranger in DPC EU as well. I believe it was Alliance with Alchemist in the offlane, and
Yeah.
Wind Rangers mid.
It had okay showing. I wouldn't say it
5
was
seconds
the
remaining.
reason for people to win. I would say maybe sometimes it was the reason for some.
Yeah. I love the Abaddon ban, by the way, from Thunder Predator. After yesterday, maybe, you know, of course, it's Lanham. He literally brought this hero back from the dead. Like, he was the only one that was playing it for a couple of weeks, so...
Are we then still expecting a Lanham hero? Because, I mean, Lion, yeah, Mad can play
Here's
that
the
easily.
ring
Death Prophet is
ban.
still an option for Lanham as well. And I guess the question is, what is White Album playing? Is it the DP or is it not yet
Dyer's
picked?
turn to pick.
They don't know as well. As you can see, they're banning out Invoker and Abaddon. They can't really tell for sure. I wouldn't mind the DP position 5, but it can be a little bit problematic versus Tusk and Pango. You can die on that lane. However, Troll makes it so much easier, no matter what your 5 is. The rolling
seconds.
axes versus tag team are extremely good.
How does
5
Wind Ranger
seconds
do against
remaining.
The matchup that I've seen recently way too many times, but
In the past, it's been fine for both, I
Yep.
think.
Okay.
Yeah, from what I've seen.
Nobody should die, and they both should get at least some decent farm out of the lane.
You have the
levels.
Siphon on the Wind Ranger. She can Wind Run away. Later on, you do
Radiant's
have a
turn
lot
to
of burst
pick.
damage from the Wind Ranger, so
Storm
there is some sort of
Spirit.
rotation. And it's DP5. Never mind, scratch all of that back.
Insta-pick,
Choose your
anti-mage. They
hero.
saw this storm coming. AM has looked a little rough for a lot of this tournament. Thunder Predator have won a game with it, I believe, at least
Yep.
once.
Yep, there's this alliance, so we don't really know what the what the benchmark there is.
We don't
do-
count
Or
games.
we do know now.
They do have AoE Silence versus him. They have
Yeah.
Lion as well with a lot of catch. Troll doesn't match up that badly overall.
If you weren't so damn dead, I'd shoot you again. You're not going anywhere.
Prepare for battle.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are into our first game of the CO3 between Thunder Predator and the side of Team Aster. And it is, of course, MLP, Dota, and Black. Looks like we have an immediate 5-man smoke out from Thunder Predator to the mid lane, so we might have to just wait to see how you're doing, but the smoke has broken. White Album.
Storm has been caught out. No upper
He may
venom
have
though,
been.
so they can't catch up.
The dusk is always ready for a fight.
How are you doing, Black?
It's decent. I just hide it with about 500 milliliters of water. Perhaps I'll take another half
30
liter
seconds
in
to
later.
battle.
But scratch that. Another attempt possibly here for a little skirmish.
Yeah,
It's gonna be a
Moose, he's
4v5 though.
Still can skill up the tag team. They're trying to wrap around that. M needs to be very cautious, but Moose could not break the gap. Aster is still holding their ground. They really want this bounty room. 10 seconds to go for it. Thunder Predator looks like they're going to be the ones to back out. They'll leave it be.
Now
That'll be that.
we
No
get
first
the
blood yet.
good stuff. For once, we're in
Anti-Mage
agreement.
is predicting the lane correctly, or rather Thunder Predator is. Because AM really wants to be matched up against the Timbersaw. Troll at all costs, so that lane swap is not going to do anything for Aster here. Thunder Predator still getting the lanes they wanted to originally.
Well, I'm very glad you're here, Black, because you are the anti-mage expert. Now, I wanted to ask you straight away, Is this a good anti-mage game for Thunder Predator?
It's not the easiest AM game I've ever seen. Lion is really good against AM once he gets his blink. Storm, you know, can go either way. If you get a fast Orchid, then AM can be in trouble. And the Troll AM matchup also is absolutely horrendous for AM. They picked it as a counter to Storm, but it's not an easy AM game, like, at all.
Fair enough. I mean, it was a very confident pick in the draft. They pretty much insta-picked it at the end. So Thunder Predator, they still seem very confident with it.
The thing is, AM doesn't actually lane that well against Timber, so we can already see him here struggling quite a bit, low half health, and it's not going to get easier as the levels in reactive armor get higher. And if he gets his Orb of Corrosion, AM is going to struggle in this lane.
He is seeing it, like I said. Alt lane.
Oh, do I have some
Frank
good
ended up getting a little bit low. And
this way.
there was an Earth Spike out by Mad. Because he's got Monet on the Troll with moves on the Tusk. I wonder with this bottom lane, in fact, hold that thought, because top lane, Phoenix is going to drop very, very low, but not quite enough to die.
Fairy Fire meta. Everybody and their mom has a Fairy Fire in his pet. Oh, going in again though.
Nice chains in from XXS. He secures the first blood for Aster. That was pretty much a max range chain. That level 1 chain, and very nice XXS. Very calculated.
Perfect stuff for him, using all his mana as well, so he can't get mana. How do you say? Mana broken. Windranger a little bit of trouble here, but there's Windrun.
Alright, it's turn around onto White Album.
Be careful here.
Another attack out. White Album going to keep going. The T1 tower not going to be enough. Eventually they'll get the kill, but White Album definitely getting the much better end of the trade. Leo, very confident to run back in like that.
Yeah, Leo still did not expect the double overload attack here, but it's not the worst ever. Like, he still gets the goal from the kill at least, and he will be able to just play the lane fine. It's not like he just got a solo kill and nothing happened. At least he won't take.
Certainly. That mid matchup as well, like, do you give the advantage to the Windranger, or do you think White Album should have the advantage on this Storm?
Hold that thought really quick. Attack him coming out. Snowball. Easy kill. Regarding the matchup, Storm Spirit generally dominates Windranger come mid-game. Laning phase is a little rough for him sometimes, but as soon as he just takes, you can't die at all. Low again.
Top lane is, this top lane's really rough. I mean, you've said it many times, but Minos is not, he's farming, but they are losing a lot of HP and going through a lot of regen to be able to sustain themselves in this lane. It really is not getting any easier. It's
only gonna get harder.
Much worse.
Yep. For sure. And the Storm pick, you know, even though there's a counter by AM, he is completely free otherwise. And we have seen
lane,
Storm
White Album. Gonna turn around, he's sounding up. He might this. Leo, Snowball, Chad. Moose is gonna try and save the day. White Album will go down.
You're dead.
Oh, Moose. This classic
nice
Moose
change
pass.
here.
Always ready for a fight.
Otherwise, he would have died there on the Windranger and a solo kill for the Storm. And this is really who they need to shut down. Because he's the guy that's gonna make all the moves with a fast Orchid. He's the guy Windranger is afraid of. Because you're itemizing into Maelstrom most of the time, into BKB, but the Orc timing is much sooner than your BKB is. So that's why Windranger is always having a tough time against Storm. These kills certainly help with that.
Very important. Being said, Leo is going to run all the way back to the fountain. Moose will take over the mid lane for a bit. Still looking at that top lane. XXS is having a great old time on the Timber and bot lane. Earth Spike is going to fly out onto Frank. Frank, X'd up as well, not looking too healthy. And they drop. They have the damage. They should. He'll eat another Fairy Fire and will get out. Frank will survive. Aster unwilling to dive the tier 1.
Telling you, man, Fairy Fire meta. Everybody's juking the last couple of hits with that, and it's been paying off so many times throughout this whole DPC.
Now Moose comes in, find over that 5-minute bounty rune, but here comes Frank with the swashbuckle. Now the shards out, just blocking the way. Matt will at least deny it off. He will get the deny, gets the hex out. He's going to go for a run, but Moose does have the snowball to make sure he secures the kill.
It's just a little snow.
Denying the bounty rune here because he didn't expect to get the hex off. just came off cooldown. Better be safe than sorry. And if Tusk gets both found runes, it's completely a terrible trade for them. AM top, still free farming, sort of. Well, not really free farming. Let's say farming. Doing okay for himself.
Yeah, considering the circumstances. XXS, he's completely out of mana. They're going to try and get a bit of damage out. Not going to be too much, of course, reactive armor. A little bit too much armor on this Timber, but I suppose as long as XXS doesn't have mana available freely, it's going to be a little bit safer in this lane.
Yeah, that's why people consider AM to be quite easy against Timbersaw, simply because Timber can't really be the aggressor in the lane. Until he gets a Soul Ring, of course. She now has a little bit careful on him.
Mid lane, Leo.
Need to brag.
And moves again, setting up a white album. He's still not, well, he actually is level 6. Just out of mana.
Not even, he was just completely locked down with the shackle shot and then the snowball. Maybe he was farming a camp, but couldn't exactly see what happened, but unusual to die against this combination.
Now bot lane moves, great rotation again, right onto Monet. He is not level 6 yet. He'll get the whirling axes out, a great shot. Not going to be enough. Frank, not going to follow up, and now the zip in, White Album zipping from way long away, and they will get the kill. Swap buckle on up, but now the Shackles Leo. He will rotate and make sure they get a great trade out. White Album will run, but he's got mana. He do it the lazy way and just zip away. They got the troll though.
Grab weight. Okay, interesting chain here. Maybe he thought he was level 25 there for a second.
Yeah,
but
maybe.
The pressure on AM is really mounting here. He's feeling the pain right now. He's still having a decent game though, so his Battlefield timing shouldn't be too late. But again, fast Orchid on Storm will be very problematic. However, he has been quite shut down on their Storm Spirit.
So trying to get aggressive. Mad is around. He'll just drain some mana. Bring the DP back up, man, and he's going to join in, but Minos, he just seems fine. He's got the blink up. He could just blink at any moment.
Dyer's courier
A lot
has
of
been killed.
rotations to try and secure an AM kill, and now they get the silence on the Phoenix, but well, MJZ, he's just going to walk away.
Yeah, he's still got a big stick as well. Always got to be careful there. A lot of counterplay potential.
A lot of wasted time here for Aster at that top lane.
Dyer's middle tower is under pressure.
You can just see this aim is not comfortable at all. He's always sitting at half health, and he can't harass the Timbersaw at all. He's always at full health on the
Dyer's
Timbersaw.
middle
He'll probably need a
tower
rotation
is
for the Red Ranger
drowning.
soon. With that Javelin, Focus Fire, definitely be able to bring down the Timbersaw.
Again, Minos going to be chased a little bit. Chakram's out. He'll just blink away. Lock him down. Actually just haunting them.
Yeah, well, if you can't farm it, it's going to cause some mental damage.
Yeah. Or not, just have a bit of a dance at that top lane. Now there's a bit of a group up. Under Predator, they've got 2 heroes up there. 4 now with the TP in.
He has Rolling Thunder.
Mad, gonna be targeted. Shark off the mark. Moves. Still gonna chase him down. Does have the tag team. He might actually reach him as well. Mad is gonna be able to get away, but now the swashbuckle and rolling's gonna be capped.
Nice Impale.
Nice stun. Moves is out of it. Back down to the bot lane.
So, big at level 6. With +1, they could potentially be able to kill this troll. They will need to win Ranger, who is so far being quite passive. He's kind of chilling in mid lane farming. His BKB queued up right now.
You say passive, he
Dyer's
has got
middle
full
tower
kill.
is under pressure.
Sure, but that was mostly because people rotated onto his lane.
That's fair.
'Tis mine.
I really would like to see him rotate to the Timbersaw and kill him. With potentially, we have to see if he's gonna assemble the Maelstrom or not. Probably will. So the BKB queued up. Maybe it was just another debate for me.
Right, Alvin, be careful. Having a room, not gonna spawn down bot, but he is gonna zip in onto the Pango, but a nice snowball again. Moves, saves the day onto the Storm. They won't have the lockdown, and instead it's onto Mad. That is
Easy kill on the line there. It was a very good snowball, dodging the impale on 2 heroes.
Got it.
Resulting in a pretty free line kill. Wind Ranger? Nope. It's not a debate. He's actually going BKB. The Javelin has been blocked.
Like
No melts from for him.
tower is under
Aster, right? But now that he's going to bonus damage, he's going to really kill you.
Dyer's
Things
middle
make enough sense here for Leo style.
Radiant's bottom tower.
It's mostly because of what I said
faces a
before.
stiff wind.
That the Storm with Orchid really just kills you if you don't have this BKB. So it makes a lot of sense. I like this item quite a bit. It doesn't let you scale as well, but at least you're going to be safe. Because in the end, it's still your AM that you want to protect the next phase for.
That mid lane, right, he goes in for a casual swash. The P looking pretty happy to just spend some time farming, and Aster, of course, are going to pretty much replicate the same. I mean, Monet's nowhere near the Battle Fury yet either, so you want to spend that time on the troll. Just make sure you get that farm up.
Both carries actually quite under-farmed here. Big winner so far is really the Wind Ranger, sitting at 6k net worth. Very well for himself. Storm struggling quite a bit.
Mid lane again.
Rolling
Rolling Thunder indeed. Thank you for that, Mr. Black. I do love your sound effects.
is drowning.
Mid tier 1.
That's another free tier 1 tower. I say another first free tier 1 tower for the Wind Ranger as well. He's going very close to the BKB here. Only needs 800 gold for that. After that, they pretty much only have accesses that goes through it.
Be a very tough scenario for the side of Aster. Once that timing is up for Leo, and he found a DD rune to bird. This is going to be very painful now. Leo, anytime he wants with that DD rune, he's going to be able to just find a pick off, maybe even 2. He gets the lockdown. It's a matter of who he wants to go for.
A lot of damage coming out from his Wind Ranger. Can he still kill it? That's also a question with that push. Not going to be an easy task. Diving the Phoenix here, but he has Egg.
An easy kill for XXS. Now rotations are there. Frank washing Lan M, shackles out, doesn't really latch, but they get the kill instantly. Leo unstoppable now. They go for more, but a great earthquake there from Mad. Wide Albert right on. They will get rid of Frank in 2 moves. They want the task, but a great chance. Locked away now. XXS right on. Focus fire around, the shackle's gonna lock him down. XXS needs some help, but they've got the control.
You weren't so damn dead, I'd shoot you again.
He's 7-1-1 now. This Wind Ranger looking very scary.
Is under
BKB
attack.
up and just 100 gold. That tag team focus fire combination way too strong. Coupled with the Javelin. Much damage coming out, and now AM getting all the space in the world. Almost up to his Battle Fury.
Just like
Of
your
course, Troll is very close to his own as well.
The thing is, though, as the troll, you can't really keep up with the AM, right? AM with that inbuilt mobility, just link around the map, split pushing lanes, farming neutral camps. The troll, it does farm fast with the Battle Fury, but obviously not as fast as his anti-mage.
It's gonna be tough, yeah, but the thing is, just how the matchup works, is you need to be one item ahead of the Troll as anti-mage, because otherwise you're not gonna fight him like ever. If you ever get rooted, you're just pretty much dead. And it's just inherently a pretty damn bad matchup for an anti-mage, unfortunately.
That is fair.
And this Pangolin is actually really far behind the net worth. It's only at 3.5k, same net worth as a Tusk pretty much.
Yeah, Frank's had a tough game so far.
Snowball, very deep.
Towards the north, moves. Leo gonna move in, shards out. They really enjoy going after Mad. Mad this time is gonna be able to get himself out.
Courier just went
Nice
belly up.
pick off. Just one swipe is all it takes. Chopping some onions.
Well, that
Dyer's
now
top
just gonna
tower
keep
is
farming
under
up, and
attack.
Battle Fury is there. Yasha gonna be farmed up now. Look at Monet, still trying to get that Battle Fury up himself.
Dyer's
Almost
top
has
tower
it.
is
Getting
about
close
to
enough.
take the flood.
Bot lane. They're gonna start the push. Rolling Thunder though has been committed by our Pango Frank.
Dyer's top
Go
tower
right after Lan M. 4 points to the T1, but on the left side they've started another team fight. The Egg gonna come out in time. White Albert, he's gonna try and focus him down on moves. He's in to try and protect. It's not gonna be enough. They'll get another. Move down.
Hey,
over.
keeping in.
But the Predator Leo stop. Now gonna be targeted.
Big man
But
of
the Mana Void out. The damage from Minos kills off White Album. They do still get Leo's from Lan M. He's the one on a triple.
Yeah, the plus 5 DP, we've seen it time and time again. It's not a hero that you can just kill easily, and this Exorcism is just dealing so much damage. Out of all heroes in the team fight, DP actually dealt the most damage from the Dire side. Like, how silly is that? Coming out from your plus 5. And that's exactly why DP is being picked first phase pretty much every game, or banned. Ridiculous amount of damage output.
It is rather I do agree. Pretty ridiculous. Top lane, Frankie,
is under attack.
wraparound. Add. The Hex, Frank trying to keep this one out with the fog. Isn't going to get away. Spike is there, and White Album zips right in, and Mad will take with the finger. Nice little rotation there from Mad on the line.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
About White Album to get that Orca timing a little bit faster. By saying that, it has been a little bit late. Still bottom lane. MJZ waits for the Icarus stop time, does get away, and now here comes Leo. He wants the focus fire into the shackle, but does he have the damage output this time? He won't have a DD rune, but he will have a Minos. So go in after this Timber with no mana left, but XXS, he is still a very tanky boy. It's coming slowly. Hell shot out now. XXS has so many arrows in his back. Minos, he'll just take it with the mana void.
AM, one of the better heroes against Timbersaw as well. Sitting at like 0 out of 1200 mana. So like, he has a lot of really good mana void targets this game. DP, Storm, Timbersaw, potentially even Lion, but he's never really low on mana to begin with. AM is a hero that can take over this game. He has some good matchups, but he has to be very careful. If he ever gets caught up by a Silence or Hex, he'll be in trouble.
To 8, 1 Kano worth lead for Thunder Predator. Leo has gone back for the Maelstrom now, by the way. Needs that Mithril Hammer up, but is very close. We'll have it after this creep wave.
Yeah, just the most efficient damage item you can get for that price, as well as your scaling tool. Helps you clear creep waves, camps that much faster. Smoke up by 4 here, excluding the AM.
Predator. It's down. Get it away.
Dire have the spyglass at hand.
Aster, they are heading down toward that T1 bot
Radiant's
tower again.
bottom tower faces a stiff wind.
Exorcism is unlit. Not seen how much damage he dealt last fight.
Fortification confirmed. Middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom
He's going to hold the
tower
triangle. In fact, Leo's found another double damage rune. Go pick that up instead.
tower is under pressure.
It's gonna be a lot of damage coming out of this range. That's the next team fight.
has fallen.
Or potentially even Roshan. The Roshan hit.
Top tower
To see if Aster can snip it out. Or if it's even time. They can snip it out.
Both the fire and the double damage. It's a very quick process. Of course, the tag team there from Moose as well. Roshan gone now. 18.5 minutes in. Leo will take it.
Yep. Leo is the guy that will be in the fight right now. AM still wants to split push, so it makes a lot of sense that AM does not get the Aegis. Good check, no focus fire.
Doesn't matter. They have the damage.
Radiant's
Punch right in the ribcage. Well, I guess he doesn't really have one. What did he punch?
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff
Who
wind.
knows, like, who knows? Halfway. They are going to go in onto Minos. That's a big kickoff. They got the Orchid. They'll get the kill. White Album.
Is under attack.
They used it immediately.
That's kind of what we were hinting at. You know, pre-Mantle Style, Storm is a really good hero against anti-mage.
How far is the Manta, though? He needs just about 1,000 gold. He's not actually too far off it.
This death,
Radiant's
though, setting
bottom
him back quite
tower
a bit.
faces a stiff wind.
Would have probably had it by now if he didn't die there. Fortunate death, but still stomachable, I'm sure.
Radiant's
Given
bottom
an English
tower
word,
is under
who
attack.
knows? We're creating our own.
Under P. Moving into that dive triangle again. Meanwhile, XXS just split pushing the bot lane. Monet hanging around him. But mid lane, they're looking at Lan M.
Radiant's bottom
He's an
tower
important
faces
player
a
in this team
stiff
fight.
wind.
He needs to be taken out. Like, he's not very tanky, but he deals a ton of damage. This should be the main focus here of the Radiant, as well as the Lion,
Radiant's
really.
bottom tower is under attack.
We will need a fast MKB from this troll, maybe even right up to the BKB. Because otherwise this Wind Ranger, who's now going for Magnum Scepter, is not going to die. Maybe even Bloodthorn on the Storm, you know? But they need one way to pierce that evasion.
I certainly agree with that. Monet, for now, he just wants the BKB up to be able to actually get involved in these team fights. Top lane, Matt. Really playing with fire. They know he's around there. Yeah, they'll make the jump in. He's still hiding, but now they'll see him. Next to that creep wave. Icarus dive through, Matt. Can you really juke them out? No, he cannot.
Such sorcery
Very
shall
almost
not
say
prevail.
Mad is a bit mad that he did that.
Oh.
Ha.
Any XDs in the chat? Any XDs? Fire, Leo. Nice shackle. They've got Lan M.
Dire's top tower is about to take the plunge.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
They're going
Dire
very well. Like,
structures
Aster, they
are
haven't really found their
fortified.
timing at all yet with this draft. It just feels like Monet, before that BKB, he just can't really do anything.
Dire's top
And
tower
his team
is
doesn't
under
really want to
attack.
play without him. It seems like his spot lane now, XXS. Again,
Radiant's bottom tower
gonna be chased down.
faces a
Shards
stiff
are
wind.
on target.
Dire's top tower is
Moose
about
actually
to
blinks
take
right up to the high ground to
plunge.
get a D-ward off instead. Force XXS away from that bot lane, at least for a bit.
Now it's gonna be really hard to catch down. No blink online yet. He's really the only one that can initiate on him. Said troll does not feel comfortable fight without his BKB. He will have it in 600 gold, but even then, this Wind Ranger can make quick sushi out of this troll. He can't fight back.
White Album. He's got Frank. Ray will be enough. That Xenon, he jumped in.
Dire's
Shackles
middle
again
tower
out.
is under attack.
Mad. He gets the Lion kill.
Radiant's bottom
Immediately
tower is
they are
under
into the
attack.
tier 2 tower. Feeling very confident with that man to pick up from Xenon.
Pressure.
I don't blame them.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Power spike, they're making good use of it. Of course, it ages
is
from
under
Wind Ranger.
attack.
Still a big
Success.
problem for
What's
Aster
the
as well.
BKB?
Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind. Radiant's bottom tower has rung its last bell.
10-second BKB charge gone now for XXS.
I mean, BKB on Timber anyways is not an item you usually see. I love it this game though. Against both the AM as well. As the Pangolier and Wind Ranger makes a ton of sense. Maybe we'll even help him to kill that egg. High pressure situation.
Perhaps. Start. Up in that mid lane, I don't see any smokes on anyone. One on Lanham's backpack, but they aren't going to commit yet.
Moose scouting
Success.
them out.
Into the high ground. Moose is being very patient.
He has no
Get the
BKB right now.
his team.
But
He does not, but they
They're
won't
patient.
initiate.
patient youngster. Oftentimes patience is your best weapon. My advice for all the young people down there.
Were you saying to me, were you calling me youngster, Mr. Black?
No.
Okay.
You're an ancient man. Both in Dota and in age.
Yeah. It's all over for me. My time's up.
Yeah.
Moose. Yeah. Leo. Down to the bot lane. Monet is hanging around.
Be careful here.
To be there too. And he does. It's a very kind of deep farming area for Monet. Just dive out. Sunray now. They are trying to chase him down. Shackles onto the land. Just to hold him. Well, Monet will get focus fired. He pops his own BKB. Mad. He gets the Hex off into the Earth Spike. Monet just wants to run with this BKB. Poor old Mad has been caught again, but they want Land M first. They want that DP off the car. There's a lot of damage on Moose, but he won't mind for now. He gets the kill. Still onto the Phoenix. They'll get another. MJZ's gone. White Album, how much more can he get done? Success on the Frank. That's there. He does slide in, blows him up. Monet now with the battle class and the Hex out. They'll be able to get Minos. Get the AM. That's how they kite that very well.
They do. They outplay Thunder Predator quite a bit here, and you can just see this AM. If he ever blinks in on the troll, he pops his ult, his aim is just gone from this game. Like, he needs to make sure he cuts the backline rather than blinking on top of the troll, because it's very risky. Like, if you ever get rooted, you're just gone. Husk and Ranger going in here again.
One Album. step away. Leo starts to go to the shackle, but now the Hex is there, Matt. Trying to protect the snowball. In from moves to save the day, but not for long. They still got Leo Star, and now they've got Cherry on top. And now the task. White Album will take both kills for himself.
Stupendous!
In way too deep here, giving away 2 more freebies. Need to be careful here. Aster recovered quite well. They're now 2k ahead. Previously, Thunder Predator was at 3k. As I said, like this troll is going to be a big problem soon. Once he gets up all his items here, what's going next for the basher, and will not be able to touch him anymore. It's only the mid-ranger that can deal with him at this point.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Actually going to be very effective. Xenos. Predator, they're hanging around that mid Q1, trying to maybe defend, but it'll be way too late for that. Aster more than happy to back off. They got what they came for.
AM building into an abyssal though. Once that's up, will be very efficient at taking out the backline. And even this storm, he did not choose to itemize for a Lincoln Sphere, so the Abyssal Blade is gonna be very effective against him as well. Ranger, finished Aghanim Scepter, is pretty much immune now to the Troll Warlord.
Menzi, that's position. He will actually blink the other way. Leo is making his way up. They want to find Leo going straight in onto land. Ember, the Zombies is out. They've got Minos as well. The Headshot Man will lock him down. They get it again. Jackal, Focus Fire onto land. Ember at least get a DP from their cover, but Aster, they definitely want to fight now. Moose will try to snowball, but it's not looking great for him.
Triple kill!
White Album,
Now that's triple kill for White
on the
Album.
Storm.
Second fight in a row where he got one. He's getting absolutely massive. AM dying again. Pretty out of position there.
Dire's middle tower
And
is
suddenly Troll
drowning.
overtook him in the net worth chart.
Real big problems here for Thunder Predator. What do you think they need to do? I mean, you look at that graph. That is, that's a large dip. You think they just need to calm down a bit, Thunder P?
Calm down for sure, but you know it might not be like smart team fight anymore at this point.
Radiant's
They
top
have a lot of
tower is
potential
on
for
the
pickoff here.
rocks.
With that blink dagger on the
Radiant
tusk.
structures are
See
fortified.
AM getting Hexley out of position. Just gets absolutely blown up. Good zipping by the storm. Mad,
Radiant
very good
top tower.
initiation here, and all they lose is a DP.
Tower is about
Wow,
to
they did it any day of the week.
Warrior just drowned really
Really tight
tight blood.
It kind of goes back to what you were talking about, Black. You
Dire's
did
bottom
mention you'd
tower
rather see
won't
the AM
last
not
long.
kind of blink in first, but just wait it out a bit and go into the back lines. But it does seem like the last 2 team fights, Minos has the first one in with that blink, and it always kind of ends up not working out as they go in again. Frank now getting very low. They've already got Leon on the moves. He disappears. On the X they go. MJZ, he will survive. That's going to be a 3-run shot for Aster.
Yeah. It's just, we have seen quite a bit of AM games tournament where AM just feels like a non-factor. And said it at the start, like he doesn't have the greatest core matchups here other than the Storm. So he's struggling quite a bit to find his foothold in place on this game rather. Even though he had a pretty free game. AM is not a hero that can really play from behind, and now he's behind the Troll, who is already counter matchup.
White Album, I mean, he went for this grittier build-up going into the Aghanim Scepter, but it's going to work out at this rate, the way things are going. Very
I'm a little
influential
bit
here.
concerned also for the Wind Ranger here. He had a magnificent game earlier on, right? But the last 2 or 3 team fights, he couldn't really do a whole lot. You know, it's his Aghanim Scepter, his focus fire is getting interrupted quite nicely, and he just can't stay on the target.
Massive problem here. And Aster looking very good for game 1. Nay, going back for the Basher, he actually chose to go for the SNY first. Makes enough sense. Basher just seemingly unnecessary at the moment.
Yeah,
He even has that Paladin sword you love to talk about.
Yep. And this Troll is gonna be an absolute nightmare to deal with. With the Saint Yasha and then soon to be the Basher on top of that.
Haste!
Once he gets to this play, anybody can die.
They found out Mad, but they are going to jump in anyway. White Albert, who do you go for? Nerds, Walrus punches him down. So BKB and zip away. Frank trying to get a Rolling Thunder out. He's going in again. Mad M forced the BKB himself.
Dire's top
be
tower
it.
is about
Did
to
not
take
find the
the
initiation, Aster. Back off, get a reset, and maybe go back next time.
Post 5 DP
It's mine.
BKB already. Silly. An early triple kill really set him off to a very good start. And now, I kind of feel that this DP is another core, you know? I just blow him up, and he's gonna deal a ton of damage in teamfight too.
Do about this Thunder P. I mean, it's 7k worth of a net worth deficit now for this Radiant side. Aster really giving it to him so far.
Feels like as though there's too many targets to focus. Like they need to kill the Storm, they need to kill the DP, they need to kill the Troll, the Lion. Like they're all priority targets, but you have to choose. You only have so many abilities to really go through all of them.
Oh, they're still smoked up as 3.
AM picked up a BKB
Across
now.
the map.
Dusk is always
I
ready.
think the timing, he's going to have it in time for this team fight when it does break out. Smoke will break through, he will break it on X. Already out, now MSD again jumping in. That is a dangerous way to do it, but he does blow one up. XXS is gone, but they could not hold down the AM. This will get through, so now Land has gone a little bit too far himself, but White Album will step in right back after that.
But he's all alone, his team left.
He is not dying.
Okay, cool. He had enough man to get out. Slight miscommunication there, it looked like. His entire team was disengaging while he was zipping in. But he ended up not going down.
Indeed. Still
You started AM,
very
though,
confident
right?
smoker.
As soon as he popped Battle Trance, that AM died like in a matter of seconds. Well, it didn't really die. He had to leave the fight in like 1 second, even though he popped BKB. And now Destroy as a basher. So next time you get a lucky bash, his AM is gone.
It's a big problem. They really haven't found an answer. You haven't got any halberd carriers right now on the side of Thunder Predator. You haven't really got anything else to stop him apart from the shackles, the snowballs, maybe even the rolling thunder. Really nothing in the way of just directly countering the troll.
Yeah, at least through his BKB. The only thing they have is a punch right now. I would love to maybe see Aghanim Scepter at some point on his tusk, just to kind of kick away the troll during his BKB. Because once this troll BKB is down, they will have quite an abundance of ways of dealing with him. Another big smoke up here.
It's 5. Move
Aghanim
in.
Scepter picked up on the Storm.
Over here!
Leo, he sees him gonna zip in. White Album, he's got the vortex, the wind run, one popped in time, and now the snowball. He's gonna save the day. Turning back around with the Warrior's Punch, rolling thunder going on. Monet, BKB Battle Trance, not really doing too much, but he does at least kill off the task. They'll get moves, but that's about it. Not quite what they wanted.
+4 traded here. And yeah, he was hoping for a lucky bash on the anti-match with the Battle Trance. Did not happen. Oh, it looked a bit silly running after the Pango there. Not far enough out of position to be able to take him down by Thunder Predator here. Going into the MKB next on Troll. So he just wants to be able to kill that Ranger. Who is really the biggest problem for him? Like once the Wind Ranger is gone, this Troll will be the king.
You are getting to that point though where you're gonna have the Abyssal Blade on Minos, and he's getting fairly close. In fact, DP it over to the triangle again. I'm pretty sure he wants to pick up the Vanguard to finish it off, and there you go. And that could be somewhat problematic for this troll.
Definitely. I mean, he's gonna focus on killing the supports and the Storm first, but the Troll will definitely have a lot more problems now fighting.
White Album, gonna break the smoke, he zipped it, but zipped right back out. Hit with the silence.
He's out of mana.
Okay, gonna save for now. XXS, Shackle, gonna be there. Doesn't really last until a 3. Man comes in now. With Land Up and the Rolling Thunder out from Frank. Egg committed, they have already blown up Blue. Leo is down with Burns, and Minos gonna move in, does blow Mad up. That's it.
That also died.
He's gonna make it.
Frank makes it out barely. Yeah, they had a little fight there on the side, the Anti-Mage versus Troll, which Anti-Mage did not look too happy with. Had to leave like a little puppy, tail between his legs.
What would you even say that, Black? What would you compare the man to a little puppy?
Not the man, but the Anti-Mage. Face of Troll.
Ah. your favorite hero, Black? Why would you do that?
It is my favorite hero, but that's also why I know
For enemies.
that at this point in the game, it's not a whole lot you can do, unfortunately.
Comes out. He's gonna manpower it off.
So really, AM's job now is jump the backline, kill the line, potentially the DP, maybe the Storm to get lucky, and leave the Troll to the Wind Ranger. Because otherwise, if you ever fight them, you get bashed, and the backline is not dead, then your team is gonna pay the price for that.
I just feel like they just need to not make any mistakes. Things will go
Yeah, just
pretty
don't make any
smoothly for
mistakes,
them.
guys. That's how you win Dota.
How dare you? Moves. The move in, XXS chains forward.
Troll, now the MKB, so Wind Ranger is in a lot of danger if he ever gets a proper turn.
Dire are scanning for enemies.
More damage on Monet to boot.
Illusion.
Monet, does he want to wait for his own Abyssal Blade? It does feel like they are very strong. He has queued up the Abyssal.
It will all come down to the initiation. Like, if Aster gets a really good Storm initiation or Line initiation, they'll take the fight quite easily, and vice versa. If they can burst the priority targets of Aster, the fight should be quite easy for Thunder Predator too. At this point, it's all about who goes first and on what target.
Wrap around the Dire jungle. No. I run into Moose. He's gonna walk the other way. Smoke's not really gonna lead to much. Aster kind of hoping somebody goes to farm that top wave, but nobody's showing up.
Roshan, back in 20. Next point of contest. Tension, rather. Minos pushing out the bot lane to prepare for that. Tier 4 items also just arrived. They don't have a single one yet on the Radiant side. Need to farm up the Ancients. Maybe get lucky.
Dip in. They are looking to blow up MJZ, and they do. Very quickly with that finger.
Oh, spell prison here right away. The best tier 4 item in the game found by Radiant. Plus the Pentash Sword also for the AM. Getting some really good drops here.
Spell Prism is pretty nice to have for sure. They've given that over to Leo style, so his cooldown's much shorter, and with the Academic Scepter and 2 charges of Wind Run, you can basically permanently Wind Run now as Leo style. The thing is, like you said, the MKB's already up for Monet, so it's not going to have as much impact as it used to. Blaster. Get out the Roche, shards, lock Roshan in. Smoke out. Take a fight. Couriers are going to scan out the
All the
pits.
couriers
They
are coming
can't
in.
Start the Roshan again. Every single one. Success came forward onto Frank. They'd love to get started with his Tango. He does have an Aeon disc now. Get it.
No way to burst him down through an Aeon disc.
Radiant's courier has
AM.
been killed.
Posturing aggressively. Alexander.
Immediately in onto the Troll. Monet is completely out of mana. He's still got time. Fine. Snowball is there. They have the Troll. And they will kill off Monet. Troll is gone. He makes it happen, but now White Albert. He's going to try and turn this one around. LANM already falling low. They're trying to get Frank back on the AM, but LANM going to die.
Is that it?
The Predator, they want more. They see its success.
Wait,
It's going to be just
engage.
fine, but the Roshan's the way of the Radiant.
Dire
Should
bottom
be
tower is
super
under
fast Roach as well. And as we said, it's all about initiation. Jump the Troll before he gets BKB off. Own up immediately. Without Troll, there's no way in hell that he can win any fight. It was completely one-sided. I never expected the fight to go this bad. For Dire here. They have to be much more careful with their positioning. Now, she's up.
Power is mine.
Refresher.
Refresher shot. Probably for the Phoenix, potentially the Tangle here.
I think that was going to work out for Minos, but just draining the mana of Monet. He didn't even bother trying to pop his BKB. He had no mana. He had no way of recovering that mana.
Yeah.
It was a very easy time as soon as Monet was dead.
Bounty.
I mean, as soon as Monet is dead, like half of the damage output is gone. Like DP, sure, but at this point, it's not really the DP that deals the damage anymore. E-Blade now picked up on the anti-mage, just to make sure you can kite troll a little bit. I like it quite a bit. Now the Daggle is
Dyer's
top
top tower
on
is under
bringing
attack.
out all this range
Fortified
items.
structures can't be breached.
I
See,
could.
Minos' build's got Black's approval. Always good.
Of course,
Dyer's top tower is about to take the
every
plunge.
build is good on anti-mage. There's no bad item on him. Don't add me though.
That is the mid lane, zip in, right in onto the Pango Frank. The Hound is gonna save him.
Oh, he's so fast!
Jump in immediately onto the Storm. Minos just trying to get the biggest target. They won't quite kill White Album yet. XXS trying to save the day. Frank rolling through. Minos, he's quite low. Don't lose the Aegis. Okay.
Could eat one of
Right
those.
there from Leo. That'll be enough. Faster, they
Good
do
fight.
get the Aegis at least.
Yeah,
And,
very
that'll be enough for
important
them.
Aegis. Next time, Am dies again, he won't have that. So definitely a very good fight here for Aster. They have to make absolutely sure that this troll is protected. He needs to get his BKB off, he needs to get his battle plans off in order for them to win any sort of fight here. Have you seen that Wind Ranger with Shadow Blade as well? With that, he had like something silly close to 900 MS. He was speeding around like a madman.
900.
Yeah,
Seems,
very
seems
balanced.
very balanced.
I know. Maybe he'll do it again.
Hope so.
Oh, there it is. Oh, he didn't win run. Oh. Disappointing. I'm sure we'll get to see it again. Time is ready up for the storm.
Now pop up.
Dyer's bottom
Perfect.
tower is about to flounder.
Still very patient. Monet very close to the Abyssal Blade, but it will leave with no buyback roll. He does buy it out now.
I think you
Dyer's
just go all in.
structures are fortified.
You need to have the Abyssal Blade for fighting power. You need to be able to jump on top of the Wind Ranger. He's a big problem. You're pretty much the only one who can deal with her at this point. And this pop. With that flamethrower. It's such a weird addition. He just like start burning trees.
In, XXS, off the blink away, now the zip in. White Album, he is dead. Minos, he gets through the HP for Monet. He already battle plans. He can't buy back on the storm. Minos, he's got a double kill already, and they're just kiting us around this team fight. In forward, XXS, he still wants to fight, but the stun is there. Running very low on mana now. Madam, pays down moves. The Glimmer, however, saves the day, and Minos, he is not done. He's trying to button on the target, but he's going to come back in, but there's your egg now out. 8 by the AM, and the Jackals on that M is going to mean he's gone.
You deserve it.
Want to keep going. Not blame him.
Dyer's bottom tower is under attack.
Another really well executed team by Thunder Predator here. Finding that Storm without linkage fear. Like you need a linkage fear as Storm against
Couldn't
pretty much
withstand
every game.
the
But he chose
tide.
not to go for. Has it queued up now, but it's probably a bit too late. Gets caught up before his BKB. AM just completely blows him up. That's why that's considered one of the better matchups.
What can I do in return?
Such a tough game for Aster. Win from this point on here. They just have so much mobility on Radiant. Literally every hero of theirs has at least one mobility skill. Matt jumping in.
Into the end, Mr. Abyssal out again. Minos just going straight up the line. Look at the dash down on Monet, but he's got at least the root out, but it's not enough. Monet's gone. Leo is trying to straight up to XXS. They're trying to keep on Minos, but he's just not dying. He is right out of there. Jackals not going to land, but they have so many stuns with Frank. XXS still being baited towards the AM. I guess he really has no choice. They'll just die. And Thunder Predator is suddenly going high ground. Unless White Album makes miracle happen, but White Heart by himself.
Dyer's middle tower.
Now at unstoppable territory, and they're going straight for the tier 4s. Monet has to buy back right away.
What's the buyback? Oh, they found the storm.
Caught up again. No buyback.
This how Dyer's middle barracks fall.
Oh boy,
Might
White
be
Album.
GG here.
be 2 versus 5. At least 40 seconds before Mad is back up on the line at least.
It's a spell.
They're going to play it safe. They'll try to go for the Megas.
This time not going for the throw. And there's nothing Ghost here can do by themselves. They'll just have to watch and see if they step up like a little bit too far. Aim is going to jump into the Visible Blade, and they're gone. Stay back, guys. Stay back. Maybe they'll get one more chance at this game.
Is under attack.
Very careful, Aster. Watch their buildings just fall before their eyes. Very tough stuff.
Someone should help Dyer's
No
top
chance
barracks.
of being able to defend this final lane of barracks.
Dyer's top barracks have
Venta is
fallen.
too big, and Mesh is too big.
The Radiant now have mega creeps.
Wait for Aster to stop them at this point. Like, it's just much easier for Thunder Predator to find a good initiation, because as I said, like, all of the heroes have some sort of mobility. It's very hard for heroes like Lion and Timbersaw, even Death Prophet, to really be able to do a whole lot about it.
I guess I
What do you do with
can
the
get
Aster?
faster.
How do you get back into this game now? How do you come back to the Megas? Well, hold that thought, they're going to go in. Onto the task, he will survive. Minos, he's by himself, he's blinking into the dive base. That's not your home server, Leo's though. He's already got that M. It committed.
Perhaps now we'll find rest.
25%
The
cooldown
Wind Waker
reduction
out.
talent, by the way. Plus Spell Prism.
You're not
Focus Fire
going
on an
anywhere.
18 seconds cooldown. Sounds good.
Oh. That makes enough sense. It's like you're just right-clicking, right? But
Yeah,
at
same
max
thing.
attack speed.
Yeah, I mean, why not? 400% attack speed boost permanently? That sounds pretty good.
It's like value to me.
Still
Props to
quite
Frank, by the
defensive
way.
here on the Predator. Perhaps waiting for the next Roche?
Nuts. We're just waiting for an opening. Still very
Running in
respectful.
circles here. It's like the vultures, you know, circling around you before attack, running around the base, left and right,
look at
up
Frank.
and down.
Look at Frank, showing off his Wind Waker.
Taunting a little bit, yeah.
Bounty.
Mental warfare is half the battle. If you're inside the head,
It's that's
very important.
Frank, sure.
He's always ready for a fight.
It's Aster.
You're not going anywhere.
Thank you very much for the sound effects here, Black. Very surprised
My
nobody's
pleasure.
reached out to give you a new job in, you know, some kind of sound effects.
perhaps they
He's very
have,
talented.
but I'm on
Oh, they
a
have.
non-disclosure agreement here, so sorry. Disclose any information. We just have to
Can't
wait
wait to
and
hear the
see.
announcement. Will the Vultures continue to circle the Dire base? So they will hold for now. It's hard to imagine any game-changing items here. Like Monet, he's trying to go for a Satanic, but it doesn't really feel good enough.
It does not. If you're behind 26k, like, you need some sort of rapier full of item. I feel like Satanic, sure, sounds good on paper, you need some lifesteal, but in reality, really, like, you need to kill people as soon as you get on top of them. And only a rapier helps you do that. Yeah,
Is that
as you said,
Roshan?
You weren't so damn
you see
dead.
much
You
that
You're not
Aster
going
can really
anywhere.
itemize into here. Help them a whole lot. The Linkage here on Storm would be a really big pickup. I don't think he can farm 2,000 gold in the next 2 minutes. And now the next Roshan has everything. Aegis, Cheese, Axe, Refresher Shot. Take the Agonites.
Mortality.
Tusk. Alright, I love it. Yeah,
Give him
now
a
he has to kick. Troll BKBs, focuses the target.
Not so
Give him
wicked
away.
now.
Right where it hurts. And we all know where that is.
Fair Black.
You have to find out yourself. I can show you when we meet. Don't worry.
Woke up under Predator. Go in, SXS really the only one on the front line. They do go though. Bash, Earthlight is there on the AM. Maybe they have the control, but no.
Waker.
Wind Waker. Saving the day. Now Leo Star with the focus fire onto XXS. Rolling thunder committed by Frank. forcing the BKBs out from Aster. Minos, position very confidently. He'll go onto man, but now the vortex. The AoE vortex is bigger. Fight with the snowball. Snowball again from Moose. Gonna not allow him to get anything done. The Wind Waker out, everything being used up. He just can't kill anyone. So get the Aegis at least. That was the battle test being used up on the name. He's still gonna try, but now Minos, he's back in the team fight. Flying back on that roll, and Bene's dead. He's trying to go back home, back to the fountain, but it is way too far away, and GG has been called back game one.
Yeah, and Frank played that last team fight pretty well, to be frank. Like, multiple Rolling Thunders, multiple Wind Wakers. My personal MVP of the last fight, but just Thunder Predator coming through here, showing why they went, you know, and took the